We live in India, but I'm an American. Got married just a couple of months ago. We were thinking it would be helpful to share our story of getting vaccinated in India as a foreigner and a national. We didn't see a lot of content online about what that experience was like, what it was like to be vaccinated, which vaccine to choose. So we thought maybe we would just share our experience. We just got it done earlier today. So we thought it'd be helpful to walk you through the entire experience, just giving you a quick oversight of what it was like.
So I went through the CoWIN app. That's the website given by the government where you can go in and register yourself. So the process to register yourself is pretty straightforward. You give your phone number, you get an OTP, a one-time password, and then you go and set up your account. You have your passport, Aadhaar card, basically anything that has a photo and the date of birth on it. We were not very sure if foreigners can get vaccinated in India. As she was saying, there was not a lot of content. The only thing that I could find online was some foreign tourists stranded in a hill station trying to find vaccines. The second step was to booking a slot. Three days ago, I was looking at it and I got slots for 18th of June. I searched by district. I put in Chennai. It gives you a list of all the places where you can get it. There's a lot of filters on it.
Yeah, so today is the 18th of June. So we got our vaccination earlier today, around 11 a.m. And we woke up, had some breakfast, which we saw when we arrived. They recommend that you eat before you get your vaccination. We happened to do that just because we went right after breakfast time, but make sure that you have something in your stomach before you go. So we arrived and it was a really seamless process. As a foreigner, all that I needed was my passport. I brought some backup identification, a driver's license just in case. And then something that they give you in the registration process or finding your time slot is what they call a secret code, which is kind of a 4-digit number that we brought with us. We each had a different secret code. And so we brought that. We were greeted by a woman as we entered. She took our information and gave us a form that we filled out. There was actually a lot of people there today. The room was kind of buzzing
pretty much full
with people, very full. So we sat down and Shinod filled out the paperwork for us where I didn't actually even have to present a photocopy of my passport. All I needed was my passport number, the secret code, and then my date of birth, my full name, kind of some of the basics.
So we went through the private option of getting a paid vaccine. So we took Covishield. So it was $780 per dose. So we went and paid that. I paid using my credit card, and then we were directed to another waiting area where I think we sat there for 5 minutes. And then we went in. We had a really pleasant experience inside the vaccine room as well. We both went together, and this really helpful and really jovial nurse. She greeted us, she took our details again, and she basically just told us to not lift any heavy things for the next 2 days, not to stress too much or do any stressful activities, and to be careful. And then we got our shots. It was not too difficult.
I don't like needles, you guys. I'm actually pretty terrified. I have to kind of talk myself through the experience of getting shots or blood drawn. I'm just not good with it. And so I was amazed at how painless the injection was, and how quick it went. So I was really grateful and happy by the time it was done.
And then immediately after the vaccine, they make you sit or wait there for a minimum of 30 minutes. So that they ensure that you're not showing any immediate signs of dizziness or anything like that. No immediate side effects.
We wanted to tune back in and share with you what our vaccine was like after receiving it.
Yeah.
So
it was no fun.
I think for us, after taking the vaccine, it was about 12 hours before we started experiencing any real symptoms.
Our side effects,
Yeah, our side effects. And then once we had those, about 10 to 12 hours later, they were gone. So it really is kind of a quick experience of having any side effects at all. It comes and then it goes pretty quickly, at least in our experience. But for me, it was late that night after getting it, probably around midnight, getting chills, having a fever, I just felt really disoriented the next day, or headache
and a sore arm, like the place where you took the jab, that'll be sore as well.
Yeah.
For at least a day, couple of days, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next day we both were just, and that's how we planned it. Like we planned it to do it over a weekend so that it doesn't affect our work. So we were like totally gone that whole day. I think we just chose to rest.
Yeah. Honestly, it is not terrible compared to the actual getting COVID. So if you've not had it, I think the vaccine could be a really good option for keeping you protected and safe. But know that it probably will come with a side effect for most people. Again, for us, that was fever, chills, just achiness, soreness where we got the vaccine.
Yeah.
By the next night, we were back to normal, feeling just fine.
And so the point is, get the vaccine as soon as you can. Plan it in such a way that you are planning for a downtime after the vaccine. And yeah, get it as soon as you can, because it's getting those side effects or some symptoms is much, as she said, much better than getting the actual thing.
Yeah.
And getting hospitalized and
No, good. So Shinod, what would we recommend? Like, looking back at this experience of getting the vaccine, what would our biggest tips, our learnings be from the entire experience? Do you have a couple that you'd recommend?
Sure. I think one would be register yourselves before trying to schedule. So get your account registered on CoWIN as soon as you can, and then plan the whole thing in such a way that you get some downtime after. And if possible, stagger it, like in your house. So like if there are 2 or 3 people, maybe do it in groups of 1 or 2, but not more, so that there is someone always there to take care of the others. Yeah.
Be prepared for some side effects. If you start to experience some of those things, just have paracetamol, or for me as an American, Tylenol or Advil is what we would use. Have something ready in there, and don't be worried. Don't get scared if you're experiencing something. It's pretty normal. But as Shinod said, it was a really seamless experience. We're looking forward, I think our second dose is in 70-something days at this point. If you're someone who can, go take the vaccine. We highly recommend it. It was a really seamless process, wasn't painful at all. And even as a foreigner, I didn't have any issues getting it. All I needed was my passport and to sign up for a slot after he registered me online. So, we had a great experience. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, and educate everyone around you to take the vaccine. I mean, we are talking to like the domestic help who comes in to help, or the security guards, or people who don't have direct access to, let's say, going online or things like that. Educate them as well, your people around you. So yeah, that's the least we could do for people around us.
Yeah, and if we missed anything, if there's anything you're curious about, you're wondering, specific questions, comment below. We are happy to share or answer based on our own experience. Again, this is just based on what we experienced, but we're happy to be a support and answer any questions you have. And we're grateful that you watched our video. Thanks, guys. Bye.